Hello, everyone. Welcome to Pilot Championship Series. I'm Curtis.
I'm Amelia. Good job, Curtis.
I got it this time.
Yes, you did.
It is such a beautiful Wednesday today. I've been having a great day.
It actually is. It's a little chilly out, but it is December now. That happened this week. December 2nd. It is a Wednesday.
Yeah, we have exciting news. We have a qualifying tournament right after this one. Me and Amelia will still be here.
I forgot about that.
To host that. It starts at 1 p.m. today. So make sure you all stick around for that.
And we are live on the Player Connect app right now. There is a 1 minute lag on the show. So if you want to see us real time, you can head over to Facebook and watch us on there. There's only like a 10-second lag there. Or another app you could use is Twitch, and that has no lag.
Yeah.
So if you want real time Curtis and Amelia with no lag, there are options. If you have like a laptop, you know what? You could make this you could have a whole Pilot TV in your house. You could connect a laptop or a computer to an HDMI to the TV.
Yeah, that's very true.
And you could watch us. Just saying.
Crack open a beer and you're pretty much at the bar.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone wants to be that up close and personal with you and I. But we are going to go over, okay, last night, if you were here, we talked about some Bermuda Triangle conspiracies.
Oh, God. I bet you read up on it last night,
I didn't read up on it, and I'm not that educated, and I don't remember half of it, so I'm going to look something up, a list. But I do have some stuff about the Bermuda Triangle. We have some other conspiracy theories to talk about as well. I went down a rabbit hole last night of Curtis. Look at the camera. Look how different he looks without glasses. You look very redheaded today. Very bright and redheaded.
It's because today is a good day. I finally got enough sleep last night.
It's like if you're depressed, your hair gets less red, and if you're happy, your hair gets more red. That's so funny.
It's been a pretty good day. I woke up at 6 a.m. this morning. Got a bright early start. Yeah.
I woke up an hour ago.
Yeah.
The work meeting woke me up. That's the only reason I got out of bed.
Got Susie in first currently with Jackpot Jen in second, Ms. Kiki in third, Trix in fourth, and Manuel in fifth.
Manuel.
Got Tam Bam out there, Flash Daddy in sixth, Lizzo in ninth.
Lizzo. Yeah.
Yeah, it's now that school's done, it's like every day I wake up and I'm like, wow.
It's a fresh day. Oh, you are gonna. I talked about earlier this week that your last semester of college is super stressful because you got to find a job. But after that, the load that is lifted off your shoulders is amazing. You realize, oh my God, I don't have to go to college. I don't have to go to school ever again if I don't want to.
I never have a midnight deadline ever again.
Right. And you never have to wake up and go to class. You never have to do homework assignments. It's so nice. It just turns instead of school, you do work stuff, but hopefully you enjoy your work. So then it's kind of fun.
We got Cheyenne in first, Trix in second, Jonesy in third. See Flash Daddy out there in seventh, CSI in eighth, and Ms. Kiki in ninth. Are you pulling up?
Yes, all of these theories that I'm pulling up were in the documentary I watched.
Did you
So I just needed a reference.
When did you watch it?
When you were sleeping last night. And this is what I was going to say. I went down a rabbit hole of YouTube documentaries. I watched this murder mystery it was not really a mystery. It was basically this YouTube channel where they analyze people's behavior during crime investigations. They have the police inspectors go in and interview people to see if they've murdered someone.
Yeah.
They give the interviews.
Yeah.
And the YouTube channel was a guy that pointed out all of this girl's mannerisms and where she lied and how you could tell when she was lying. It was super interesting. But it was about this girl who's from like a family of Asian descent, and the parents wanted her to be a doctor, and they were super strict, and like she didn't want to be a doctor. She wanted to go live with her boyfriend somewhere, but the parents were like, we will disown you if you do that. So she chose to stay with her family, and this was in Canada, and this was kind of recent, like 10 years ago.
John said my hair is like a mood stone.
Yeah. Anyway, the girl hired people to murder her parents, and because she hated them so much, because they were what they call tiger parents, like super strict and like basically unloving, and just wanted her to be successful, or else she was a disappointment.
Yeah.
Which you can see in a lot of different scenarios. We've all heard of those kids, you know? Anyway, she hired to have her parents. I went on this whole documentary thing. I watched another 2 documentaries, and these were an hour each long, about a mental hospital in Britain that was the world's most protected mental hospital, and just seeing the patients, and their faces were all blurred out for privacy purposes, but yeah. So after the Bermuda Triangle, I watched a bunch of other documentaries.
Did you in crime investigation stuff, there was a show that was on for a little while that was like a person has to hide this briefcase that has like $1 million in it, and then the police basically catch them, and they gotta try and interrogate them to find out where the briefcase is.
Oh.
There's some pretty scary interrogation.
Was it a joke or was it?
It was like a Amazing Race type deal.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, they brought in this guy that was super experienced, and he was able to be empathetic and form an emotional bond with the young girl. She was 24. That he was investigating, but also be like really hard, like not let her deny things or like keep pushing issues that made her uncomfortable. It was a whole 10-step process, and he followed it to a T without it. I mean, it is a talent.
Yeah, it's pretty like, I know they have some pretty like scary interrogation tactics.
I mean, it's not scary. It's just smart. Like,
yeah.
You are pushed into the truth, and you will get caught if you. And they do things like they make you really tired. They'll keep you there for 5 hours.
Yeah, that's one thing I saw.
They'll keep you there for 5 hours. They don't care how upset you are, and they will keep pushing. In the YouTube channel I watched, he pointed out each of these steps. There was a 10-point step that this officer was following, and yeah, it was really interesting. Anyway, back to the game. We're not done with theories, by the way. I got the Bermuda Triangle coming up. It's like a podcast. 1 minute, 30 seconds left. Shiana is out there in first place. Let's see what we got in store for the show. Top 10, Meso Perch, and Top Dog. We're currently playing Top 10. The score, we're trying to beat, new person, Family Guy, 29,000 points. Family Guy. That's a new name. I don't think... Yeah, we're not going to be close enough for this game, but Cheyenne is still in first place. And then we do have... So we did have a session qualifier last night.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if Tony posted the scores for that. I'm going to check Facebook.
In case you were wondering on how this whole session thing works, we're going to play 3 consecutive games pretty shortly. I think it starts at 1 p.m. where you'll play those 3 games and your score will be removed before those games and after those games. It's just to let you know that during those session games, your score is not carried over anywhere else. Those 3 games are all you get to play.
Yep, it starts at 0, and it doesn't impact the open play scores.
Yeah, it doesn't affect any of your other scores. It's just for the session. So those 3 scores will be totaled up, and that will be your session score. And then after all the sessions are concluded, the top 7 players with the highest session scores will get to go in the finals.
John is still on his mood ring thing. All right,
I think it's Cheyenne.
Cheyenne.
That's how I pronounce it.
Yeah, you're right. I think. Well, Cheyenne, let us know in the app. Are we saying it right?
I never...
Destiny saying I haven't seen them yet. Yeah, I'm wondering if Tony is... I think he has them. Hold on.
Oh.
There we go. Session scores. And I think this is... Okay, session scores so far. So, like, we've had 2 so far, I think.
I think we've had 2, but Tony said that yesterday was the first as well. I think the first one didn't quite go well.
Oh, something happened with that one.
Yeah, I think we were still having troubles with the app back then.
We're doing them this week anyway. We got one today, we got one tomorrow. So far for session qualifiers, in 7th is Tony M, 1982. In 6th is Elliot. In 5 is Lady Love. In 4th is Dolly 75. In 3rd is Destiny. Shout out to Destiny, who is currently commenting on the app. In 2nd, my favorite player, Boat Racer. And in 1st, Curtis's favorite PCS player, Scuba Steve.
Yes, Scuba Steve.
Scuba Steve doing really well. About 43,000 points. 2nd place right now, Boat Racer has 39,000 points. And all the way to last place, Tony has 36,000 points. So, pretty close in scores, but there is a difference. 1st place, 43K. 7th place is 36K. Anything could happen. And that was just one session of games. Again, this lunch hour, right now, we are having a session after.
I would like to test something.
What?
Wait. Okay, never mind.
Okay.
2.5 minutes left before this next round, so make sure you guys all get in here.
Yep, go ahead and enroll. There's 40 of you guys enrolled already. Boat Racer says, boom! Shout out, Boat Racer. Hello, good morning, sir. Good afternoon. Good morning for me.
Good evening.
Good evening for you.
Yeah.
6 a.m. wake up. Your bedtime's going to be in like an hour.
Oh, no. I sleep like a bear. It's hibernation time.
Cheyenne says, yes, you're saying it correct. Cheyenne. Really pretty name. I like that name.
First name in pilot history that I've ever pronounced correctly.
Destiny says, you can qualify for more than one session play. Can you qualify for more than one session play?
You cannot. If your score, let's say if you got 1st and 2nd on all the sessions somehow, only your top score will be counted. Your 2nd score will be dropped.
Yeah, you get one qualifying position.
Yes, you cannot hold up 2 positions yourself.
So, I think if you got an open play one, your session one would drop. Or vice versa. I'm not clear on the little nitty-gritties. But you get one spot.
Yeah.
Let's just say that. Because there's 12 final positions for qualifying final positions, and that's 12 separate players.
Yeah, I'd assume if you qualify for both session and through open play, that you only get one qualifying position, and someone else will get the other one.
Yeah. Okay, so we're getting into Meso Perch, I believe. Oh, Tony's replying. You can play in more than one, but only your top score counts.
Yep.
Okay. Almost 50 of you guys out there enrolled in Meso Perch. The score we are trying to beat, and we have been trying for a while to beat, is RJ5616 out there, 30,000.
That is a rough score to beat.
Yes, 30,890 points. I mean, he could have secured it, but then again, open play is open for another 6 days, so
yeah, you got plenty of time.
You got so much time. I'm so excited. Like, next week will be December 8th, and that's the end of qualifying games, and then we'll figure out who's in the finals.
Yeah.
And then we get to watch the finals happen, and then we get to watch you guys win money. And another thing going on is the Vikings Victory Weekly tournament, where you guys are competing for exclusive Vikings merch. A few of them signed by Minnesota Vikings players. I think in first place this week is a mini helmet signed by Adam Thielen. In second is a photo signed by Alexander Madison. Third, fourth, and fifth are all different hats from the Vikings. So that's super cool. Currently, for Vikings Victory, in first is Scuba Steve. In second is Flash Daddy. In third is Boat Racer. In fourth is Anita Alibi. And in fifth is MD Ha. So, that ends Friday at midnight.
Yeah. We got She-Devil out there in first, currently now devoided. We got out there in second, Tony M in third, M Brown out there in fourth, and MD Haha out there in fifth. See Slim Jim out there. It's good to see all these names coming back. Having a lot of fun playing the Pilot app.
I really love PCS. This is me and Curtis's first PCS, and John's and Ian's first PCS.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's a lot of fun. Obviously, it's different than what we did
Very different.
last year, but it's still, I don't know. I hope you guys are enjoying it. That's really what matters. And also, it just gives us something to do while the bars are closed.
Yeah,
Can still play some Pilot games.
See Mrs. Yags out there.
Shout out to Mrs. Yags. How you doing, Mrs. Yags? Let us know.
See Scuba Steve in 33rd place currently.
Scuba Steve.
Scuba Steve. That movie is so good. We need to watch that sometime soon.
Big Daddy?
Yeah. Every Adam Sandler movie from beginning to end of his career. I'm going to say the end of his career is around when he started doing Netflix movies. That's where we'll end the career.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Wooly
I think he's
out there in
outdated.
sixth. I know for he's a big actor, and he had a lot of smaller actors that helped him grow through his career, and he likes to make sure that all of them are included in his movies. Like any movie he's in, his smaller actor friends are in it as well.
Oh.
Yeah, if you notice, there's.
Oh, like Hot Tub Time Machine? Those guys?
I don't think so. I know one of them is. I don't know his name, but he has smaller actors that he works with pretty much exclusively. Sometimes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I'm kind of over Adam Sandler. His earlier movies, the golfing one, the Big Daddy, that remote movie. Click. That was a sad
That
movie.
was
I
so
cried
creepy.
so hard.
Oh.
He had some good movies.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any of the Netflix ones. Maybe we could watch those.
I've seen one of them. They're not that good. They're like classic Netflix movies, beginning, middle, end. No surprises.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Okay, 6 minutes left of this tourney. Currently, Jonesy is in first, 7,730 points. Again, score to beat is RJ with about 31,000 points. I think it's time to talk about the Bermuda Triangle again. I told you guys I would come back with some facts, which nothing is a fact about the Bermuda Triangle, but you know what I mean. Some conspiracies.
Yeah.
So I watched this documentary. It's an old one. It's not up to date. It was from like the 2000s or something. There are like 60 missing vessels a year in the Bermuda Triangle and aircraft. More than any place in the world. And they never find the remains. Despite around the Bermuda Island being shallow and coral reefs, they never find the remains of these ships. Or airplanes. Okay, so theories as to why. I'm reading an article right now. These are some of the theories. I have more. One of the weird ones is methane gas because there is a well, there's sizable amounts of methane gas in some spots on the ocean floor. If the gas were released in the water, it creates bubbles, right? Bubbles reduce the buoyancy of water. If you put like a floating, I saw a physicist do this. A floating ball, pretend that's a boat, into some water, and then you release a bunch of bubbles under it. The ball will float it will sink to the bottom.
Yeah, it breaks the surface tension of the water.
Yes, I didn't know that. Okay, so methane gas is said to be one of the theories as to why there's missing vessels. It's not like all of the missing vessels are from methane gas, though, but it is interesting.
I like the second one. Very.
Second one.
We go from realistic to.
There is a true life story of a pilot that was flying his aircraft with his dad, and out of basically nowhere, the clouds turned into like a tunnel. Okay, and he drove through the tunnel. Okay, this sounds. He went through the tunnel.
Sounds so crazy right now. I can't explain it.
He went through the tunnel and somehow lost time. Okay, so maybe it's not a wormhole, but a space-time continuum thing. Okay, and he managed to get to Miami in 45 minutes. Usually the flight took him an hour and 20 minutes. And he still, to this day, dude sounded credible.
Yeah?
He did not sound crazy. He sounded credible.
The clouds opened up and a portal appeared.
One of the theories is wormholes. Wormholes haven't been proven yet, so it's being thrown out as a credible Bermuda Triangle theory. But that's why people think that there's more unbelievable theories, by the way. That's one of the reasons why people think that the vessels that crash or that what is it called? The vessels aren't found, and they think it's I don't know. Another one is water spouts. Now that's a real thing. Do you know what a water spout is? It's like a tornado of water.
It's the thing the itsy bitsy spider went up.
Oh my god! Yeah, that is so cute. It's a tornado in the ocean. Okay. And they have been seen in the Bermuda Triangle. Water from the ocean is sucked hundreds of thousands of feet into the air. So one of the major theories about Bermuda Triangle is their weather patterns are like, I don't know how weather patterns work, right? But, you know, it's subtropical heat, wind, air, cold fronts, weather.
Yeah.
That's all I know. And that's not much. Anyway, also causes water spouts, which can lead to huge waves that could easily capsize a boat with no warning at all and can be hundreds of feet high. Waves of that height would even be able to knock out planes that were flying closer to the water. You factor in the possibility of hurricanes as well. So a lot of weather scenarios spell disaster for sailors and pilots. 1 minute left of Mess Over. This is so funny.
Yeah, we got Lou Bear out there.
Can't believe I'm talking about this on broadcast. But I have the time to because bingo's not happening. So it's like I can just talk.
Yeah.
Okay, so the most acceptable, besides weather, I would think, the most acceptable theory is human error. So, pilots rely on the horizon to know up from down and left from right, and directions, and they rely on the horizon. I'm not a pilot, I just watched that in the video.
But you do work for
pilots. When you are flying over open water, you can get vertigo. Vertigo means you don't know up from down and left from right. You just get confused and you don't know directions.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a human error. And since you don't have the horizon because it's humid and foggy over the subtropical waters, since you don't have the horizon to center you and to look at, you have nothing to center you or to look at. Besides sky, ocean. Lou Bear.
Yeah, we got Lou Bear winning that one with 13,000 points. A little short of the 30,000 that is the record for that game, but that's still a nice score.
I should continue, right? Is this too much? I have a lot more to go.
Go for it.
Okay.
Hold on. Why do you think planes and boats disappear, Amelia?
Aliens. Just kidding. I think it's the weather, and I think it's human error. I think the weather changes so rapidly in those temperatures. Like, I mean, the island of Bermuda has a lot of people that need help getting their boats rescued because, like, the tourists in that 80% of the people that live in Bermuda are there doing tourist work. So hundreds, I don't even know how many boats go out with a bunch of tourists. There's like 100 different islands in Bermuda, and if the weather changes that rapidly when you're stuck on any of those little islands that are uninhabited, you can get your boat capsized. That's just one tip of the Bermuda Triangle. That's the easternmost tip of the Bermuda Triangle. But what?
Look at what John said.
John, oh my God. I don't need a tinfoil hat. There is a website that tracks every single disappearance and crash and whatever of vessels and planes in the Bermuda Triangle. How many a year?
I think there is a government base in the Bermuda Triangle. And
oh my
they keep
God.
it secret.
Okay, you need the tinfoil hat.
Anyone who comes near it, they shoot down or capture.
I can't even remember the amount of... They said like 70 something or like 100, I don't know, some number of ships and planes go missing every single year in the Bermuda Triangle. That's not conspiracy. That is what happens there, and now we're trying to figure out why. Honestly, many different reasons. Like I said, human error and weather make the most sense. Anyway, pilots get vertigo, which I didn't even know was a thing until I was watching this video. And they get disoriented and don't know what direction, so they can fly straight into the ocean. Or they can just get lost and then run out of fuel. There's also been many reported incidents of their electrical devices, and this was true of a sailor in Bermuda as well, and probably many more, that their devices went haywire. So then they can't have directions back to where they need to go, and you can end up in the middle of the
Bermuda.
The ocean thing, whatever ocean that is. I should probably know what ocean I'm talking about. What ocean's on the East Coast?
Pacific, right? Pacific's east, Atlantic's west.
I never learned.
No, Atlantic's east, Pacific's west.
North Atlantic, so it's not... So it's like the Bahamas area ocean. I don't know. Anyway, I also think a lot of people sailing these boats and flying out of Miami might be hungover because there's a naval base in Miami. So that could be a part of human error. And, I mean, coupled with the weather there, that's my theory. Anyway, we're moving on. Next theory, aliens.
Next theory.
Next theory, aliens. That's literally on this list. People think that the reason that we can't find these vessels and planes is that aliens take them and kidnap people.
Only in the Bermuda Triangle?
Oh, I think it's... No, I don't know what I think. I don't know. I believe in aliens. I don't know about kidnapping. But I have heard stories. You guys have 10 seconds left to enroll.
I think my theory's the most sound. That's where we the Bermuda Triangle is where we keep the Loch
What
Ness
island
monster.
would it be?
We keep it in the Bermuda Triangle.
gonna play
and
into your
anyone
games.
who sees it, we capture them. It's a government conspiracy.
You just want to blame everything on the government, don't you?
Yep.
Anyways, those are the most popular conspiracies. I feel like there's more that I just can't remember.
Is the music getting quieter or is it me?
What is wrong with you?
I don't think I can hear out of my right headset. I don't know. It's weird.
Okay, so another theory is the magnetic forces cause compass malfunctions. I kind of already touched on this. The Bermuda Triangle is one of 2 places on Earth where compasses point to true north, the geographic North Pole, rather than magnetic north, which is a shifting North Pole. Some theories have suggested that the agonic line, the point where the magnet and true north are perfectly aligned, passes through Bermuda Triangle, resulting in a magnetic phenomenon which could explain cases where pilots and ship captains claim their compasses cease to work properly, causing them to veer off course. The problem with this is that scientists discovered the agonic line shifts every year. So it's not always in the Bermuda Triangle.
Huh.
There's another conspiracy about Atlantis. That Atlantis just like, I don't know. But I think the most popular, maybe you guys can tell us what you think. But the most popular is that there is no mystery.
Yeah.
It's just human error, just mistakes and vertigo, and I do believe the compass thing. I've heard many stories in that video that I watched about their electrical devices freaking out and then they lose their course. I mean, there is this famous story, and actually they do a not a celebration, a memory.
In memoriam?
Yeah, a memorial for 7 aircraft that flew out of a naval base in Miami, and they were doing a very simple training, flying and dropping bombs somewhere over the ocean, and the main pilot was like just confused, didn't know where he was, and his students all listened to him. So they were like, let's ditch, which means land in the ocean, someone will come get us. And the thing that everyone was supposed to ditch at the same time so that rescue people could find them all together. Mm-hmm. And the planes were sturdy enough to float in the water, and you could stand on the wing of the plane and not even get touched by the water. And they have the recordings of what the pilot was saying, and he thought he was over Miami, but over the Florida Keys. But he wasn't even near it at all. So, again, that's just a story of, like, human confusion. Yeah. And then there's the theory that pilot, the captain of, I don't know what they're called, the leader of that training, the training of all those students and, like, the 7 aircraft, actually lived, and he, like, escaped to another island because he would be court-martialed if he came back to Miami, the United States. There's a lot of crazy stories, and I think it's just fun to believe, the Bermuda Triangle is a thing you think about and you're like, it's a great mystery of the world.
Yeah, which is, it's kind of crazy to believe that there's still a mystery in the world. I mean, there's many, but we haven't sent, like, a fleet of ships there and been like, figure out what's going on.
We have.
Yeah,
There's people that study it. Well, the thing is, they sent like 250 different vessels out to find those 7 planes, and they found absolutely nothing. Which people also attribute to the Gulf Stream. They think that the Gulf Stream washes away the debris of
Mhm.
ships and planes. But to have that many missing vessels every year is insane.
Ocean
To not
is
be
a
able to find
big
any
place.
of, not any of them, but to not be able to find a lot of them is crazy. But the weather, like I said, I think it's the weather. Chunk says maybe it's the stairway to heaven or the highway to hell.
We got Amex out there in
That's a good
first
theory.
place. Slim Jim in second. Boat Racer in third. Ajax out there in fourth.
Anyway, that was all that I have learned about the Bermuda Triangle.
Maybe you should
I still have a lot to research. I can come back better than ever, but I think we got the
make
gist.
your own documentary.
Well, it's kind of, I don't know, it is mysterious, but people like to play into mysteries to make them bigger than they are. So
Yeah.
I've learned a lot. I didn't know any of this stuff before I found that documentary on YouTube. And now you guys know. Informing the public.
Got Ms. Kiki in fifth. Ajax in fourth. Boat Racer in third. Slim Jim in second. And Amex with 16,000 points in first still. You got 3.5 minutes to do all your plays, Amex. What's the high score for, I think this is Top Dog? Amelia.
Huh?
What's the high score for Top Dog? I can pull it up too, I guess. I am also
Misty with 28,000 points.
28,000 points. Amex currently at 16,000. Let's see if they can close that gap.
Curtis, John says it's the aliens messing with your headset. Do not go towards the light.
I don't know. I lost hearing in my right.
John said the original kamikaze pilot was found in hiding. Yeah, I heard that. I guess maybe it's not a conspiracy. Like, people, that's a true thing. But the documentary I watched was pretty old, so maybe now they confirm that. I wonder, yeah, that the leader of, I don't know what you call it, the captain of that test flight, I guess, sounded disoriented on the headset.
Yeah.
But the thing is, they kept going in circles because he was like, I thought we were over the Florida Keys, and now I'm disoriented because I don't know where the heck we are, and now we're out of fuel.
Yeah.
And then they're like, okay, ditch your craft. So they ditched their craft into the ocean, and one of the pilots was close enough to an island, because he kept seeing all these little islands, close enough to an island to escape, but all of the other pilots died, I think. And then, yeah, you would be court-martialed if you were in charge of that flight and you got all those people killed.
Yeah.
So he would have to go into hiding. But there was a theory he got married, he had kids, he's probably dead by now, but he was like 90 years old at that point, and he was just on a different island.
Yeah, Amex currently in first. We got Lou Bear in second. Ajax in sixth. Wooly in eighth. BDGR fan out there? Got Lou Bear, Slim Jim, Boat Racer, Ms. Kiki. Minute left on this next round. Are you looking up things about him now?
No. I'm looking up other conspiracies.
Oh.
We're going to do a conspiracy a day to keep the doctor away. I got to go down another rabbit hole of YouTube.
We haven't even started on National Days
I know.
today.
We're going to do it. We have time, though.
Yeah.
That only took me 40 minutes to explain.
And we still have
We have
our
sessions.
session plays later. Make sure you guys check that out. We will actually just be going right into session play after
After
at
this,
1.
I think.
No.
No, because
Next game.
no.
We have one more
Next
game.
game is Pride of Minnesota. No, next game is Pride of Minnesota and is a session game. See? PCS session play. 20 minutes from now.
Oh, okay.
Wait, 20 minutes from now.
Yeah, I think it starts at 1, so we'll probably take a break after this game.
Okay.
and then come back at the start of the session.
I guess. Is there another game before the session?
I don't believe so.
Oh, no, there's not, because it would say. All right.
Yeah, so congratulations to Amex winning that round with 18,000 points. Not enough to take the record currently, but still a very impressive score.
Yep, so we have time for, I don't know, we have 19 minutes, 30 seconds to enroll into the session play. That'll be 3 games of session play, and we combine those scores, and hopefully you can make it onto the top 7 leaderboard for the sessions. We are going to take quite a long break, so go grab some lunch, go grab a noon o'clock beer, go potty,
Yeah.
go take the dog out, or whatever else you have to do.
Just make sure you're back in time for this session. It starts at 1, so you can play
Oh.
and then...
Sorry. Since we have a long break, head over to Facebook and vote. We have a tournament going on of your guys' favorite E-tabs. You have a couple more hours left to vote between Viking, Warcraft, and Double Eagle. If you haven't voted already, head over to Facebook. You got 18 minutes and cast your vote. We'll add those up today, and then later today we're going to do a bracket between Winter Wolves and Wild Walleye, so make sure you guys check out our Facebook.
Yep, we will be right back, so see you guys soon. All right, hello everyone. Welcome us back. We are getting into our session game right now.
Yeah, hopefully you had a good break. All right, this is me and Curtis's first session qualifier.
Yeah, it's the second one overall, really, on the Pilot app.
True. All right, so this session we are playing Pride of Minnesota, Vikings victory in top 10.
Yeah, in case you guys don't know how this works, what we're going to do is we're going to play 3 10-minute 45-play tournament games, and each of those will be added up, so whatever your final score is are all added together, and that is your session score. Your session score will be counted at the end. The top 7 session scores will be the finalists for the PCS Championship Series.
Yeah, and we have another one tomorrow too. Alrighty, Family Guy out there. Welcome back, Family Guy. Who is the top score right now for top 10? So again, the session qualifiers so far, let's go over those. In 7th is Tony M. In 6th is Elliot. In 5th is Lady Love. In 4th is Dolly. In 3rd is Destiny. In 2nd is Boat Racer. And in 1st is Scuba Steve. We have a session tomorrow at 1 p.m., Thursday at 6 p.m., and Tuesday at 6 p.m. So we have 3 left after today.
Got Sloppy currently in 1st. I see Mrs. Yags out there. We got Dorky in 8th right now.
Oh, Sloppy's there. Welcome back, Sloppy. I haven't seen him playing that much.
Yeah, I see a lot of names out there that I don't really recognize. We got Jay Walker out there. CK out there.
Out there.
Out there. Except you're not out there. You're at home.
That's
Oh,
true.
maybe. Could
What?
be anywhere really playing.
Could be at work right now playing.
True. Sarah Honey, Boat Racer. A lot of familiar names on leaderboard. Family Guy's a very familiar name.
You were watching that last night.
I was.
It's a good show.
I've seen every episode of American Dad. Now I'm working on Family Guy.
I don't like American Dad. I like Family Guy, though.
I like American Dad more than Family Guy. It's a little less sketch comedy. Not sketch comedy, but cutbacks and cutaways.
Yeah, Family Guy has a ton of cutaways.
I've watched
it's always like
so
this,
many.
like long, like they'll say something and then they'll get into a story about it, and then they'll say something about the story. Anyway, while we were on break, we had a couple more of you guys vote. We are doing an E-Tab tournament bracket on our Facebook page. It's for fun. And yesterday I posted a bracket for day 1. It was Vikings Warcraft versus Double Eagle. We just had Jess comment Double Eagle. And honestly, I am kind of shocked how many votes we have for Viking Warcraft. We had 4 in a row. Troy, Darwin, Denise, Cheyenne. We had Lisa, Shelly, Sabrina, and Amy voting for Viking Warcraft. I was surprised how many. Lots of votes for Double Eagle. Tracy, Patty, Jill, Mrs. T, Jamie, a different Jamie, Barb, Cassie, Tracy, so many. Tim, Jake. So I don't know. We have, let's see how many hours is this. I'm doing a 24-hour bracket. So you guys have 3 more hours if you want to go vote. It's kind of close. I don't know.
I think Double Eagle.
I think Double Eagle.
A sure win for this one. A lot of people like the extreme mode.
Yeah.
Turns out.
We've gotten a lot of comments about the Double Eagle Extreme mode.
It's great to hear, though. We tried something new, and it worked out.
But I've never heard people talk about Viking Warcraft, so I'm like equally as happy that we had so many comments for that.
Yeah.
So I'm posting a bracket every day. So today's bracket is going to be, I think this is going to be an easy one. I kind of wish I made it harder. We're going to do Wild Walleye versus Winter Wolves.
I mean, you gotta save up for the the grand finale.
And this is the thing. I think no matter who Wild Walleye goes against, it's going to be a tough race. Or a tough battle, because Wild Walleye are either first or second most popular ETAB, next to Buku Bugs. But I still need you guys to vote regardless, so I'm going to vote for Winter Wolves, because it's the underdog. I want Wild Walleye to lose. Even though I think it's going to win.
Yeah, I know a lot of people are a fan of Wild Walleyes. It was the top game, one of the top 2 games that we figured out.
Yeah, we did 2 other tournaments. Buku Bucks and Wild Walleye won them.
I'm looking at that, and how will the semifinals work?
This versus this.
That's finals, semifinals.
What do you mean? These go against each other.
And then
shoot.
Where do they go against the other
Oh,
thing?
no.
Yeah.
I made the bracket wrong.
It's okay.
Did I?
I mean, it
No.
doesn't look like there's any...
No, that's not wrong. These 2 go against... Oh,
yeah.
It's wrong. I made the bracket wrong.
I mean, it can be
It can be
fit,
easily
yeah.
fixed.
You just need to add another circle in there.
Yeah. Okay. Well, darn. How did I do that?
I don't know. I just noticed it right now.
Darn
It looked
it.
great, though. The bracket looks great.
No one noticed.
Yeah, I'm the first
No
one.
one noticed. Good job, Curtis.
Yeah.
I sent you this image to double check it for me. I don't do brackets.
I just noticed it right now. I'm like,
oh,
wait a minute.
I'm so sad right now. It's okay. I'll go back and edit it today.
I do remember you saying, though, don't you remember I told you, I'm like, what does it look like all filled out? And if you would have filled it all out, I think you would have noticed.
I just have to literally go add another circle.
Yeah.
Or another... I don't know how I'm going to fit them. Huh.
We got Tony M currently in first with a score of 17,000 points. Like I said, that's going to be added to your next 2 game scores, and it will total up to be your session score.
I'm sad.
I think, yeah, the session score, you're trying to just get on into top 7. You need to have a session score of over 36,230. So...
John. Thank you, John. John said, the bracket is visually pleasing. However inaccurate I made it, it's visually pleasing, and that's what matters. Thank you. I made that bracket, if you guys check out on Facebook, completely from scratch. Every shape in there, completely from scratch, besides the game images. And I am proud of it. I didn't use a template. I just, like, my own creativity flowed.
Looks very
and
nice.
it was really fun to make. Now I have to go back and fix it.
It looked a little like there was something missing.
It actually looks like it works perfectly, but it doesn't.
Yeah.
God, so sad. Now I'm like, how am I gonna do it? Well, I'm distracted now. That's okay, I'll fix it. I don't think anyone noticed.
Got Lady Love out there in 7th place. So, if Tony M, in theory, scores that much in at least every round, they will qualify.
Oh, yeah. That's a high score, Tony.
You still got a minute and a half left to finish out your plays. Make sure you get all your plays done so you can get the most amount of points. Because it's not just this game. Even if you're lacking behind in this one, if you have some really stellar performances in the next 2, you can come out on top and be our top 7 finalist. And even if it doesn't work out for you today, we're doing another one tomorrow and then another one Thursday. No, we are not. Yeah, we are. We're doing another one Thursday. No, we're not. We're doing the last one on Tuesday.
No, it said...
Tomorrow is Thursday.
Yeah, December 8th is the last day of qualifying rounds of every game, and that is when we're going to do the last session play.
Yeah, it'll be December 8th at
So
6 p.m.
It will be December 8th till midnight you get to play. And then December 9th will... I'm so sad. Dang it. That's why.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, we didn't, we have 20 seconds left of this game, Pride of Minnesota, and then we're going to play some Vikings Victory, my favorite game. I hope Vikings Victory wins. Someone said, no name said, I miss playing Double Eagle. That's so sad. That breaks my heart.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm glad someone's out there playing it. Panda said, Wild Walleye will win that one. Do you think Wild Walleye will win the whole thing? Like, out of everything?
It's going to be a close call between Wild Walleye and I think, there we go. We have Tony M winning that round with 17,000 points. Congratulations, Tony M.
That's a lot of points. You're setting yourself up for success, Tony.
Yeah, it's always nice to have a little bit of a cushion.
Tony M. Yeah, he's already on the leaderboard, though. He's got 36,000. He's in 7th place. So, I mean, he has a good chance of keeping his place. We're going to play Vikings Victory next. I believe Tony said that Vikings Victory counts for prizes even if it's in a session play.
Really?
For Vikings gear.
I can see that. Just every Vikings game we play is counting.
By the way, I just saw the Vikings gear for this week, and it looks so good. Oh my god. I didn't touch it. I just looked. And the hats. I want that hat. I want to play. What do they call it? Stocking hat?
Yeah.
With the little fuzzy ball on top. Oh my god. It looks so nice. You probably have to pay like $40 for one of those on the Vikings store. And then the baseball hats look really nice. There's a Viking symbol. The Vikings logo in the front is purple and it's white. And then the mini helmets, they are clean. They look like legitimate helmets. Like a squirrel could wear a helmet. Except it's bigger than that. I think like our dog could wear it. And they're signed by actual NFL players. I don't know. It's so cool. I haven't seen them yet. That's my first time seeing them. And then the signed pictures are like framed pictures, and they look so cool. I don't know.
John
it's so
is
exciting.
confirming that every Vikings game does count for Vikings gear.
And
so,
we are we in the game already?
Yeah, we're right into it. It's back-to-back games, no breaks, session play.
Tony M said, 9,100 points on my final spin was a huge help, but Racer said, no doubt. That's a big spin.
Yeah, it's a massive spin. But even if Tony M does manage to just move higher on the leaderboard, that's still a higher score that people have to beat.
Yeah, that's true. I hope he moves up. You don't want to be in last. You want to have more of a cushion.
Yeah, you want a couple player buffer. That way.
Yeah. Okay, we have time. I'm going to do some national days. National Package Protection Day encourages homeowners to stay alert during these high delivery times. Protect our homes against package theft, which becomes more and more prevalent during the holidays. Yeah, that's an issue. Make sure you get that little doorbell thing that has a camera on it.
Yeah, or put a note on your door saying, don't leave packages outside.
I have a note on my door that says, do leave packages outside, because I don't want to wait another day.
Yeah?
I'm just kidding. I don't have that note. What?
I know a lot of people have notes saying, like, just take them to the front office in our apartment, because a lot of people steal packages.
We have people in our apartment complex that steal doormats. One time someone got their, like, really expensive doormat stolen, and they posted a note on every single door that was like, you're an a-hole for taking the doormat, give it back to us. And I was like, I feel bad for them, but this is a little ridiculous.
Have you seen you had to have seen it, the glitter bomb package video?
Yes, I've seen that.
That is perfect justice for people who steal packages.
Yeah, I can't believe people do that. I would be too scared.
Yeah, it's really just not.
That would be scary. Can you imagine you run up to the steps and you have to run away? What if you trip? Then they figure out who you are. Oh, that just gives me anxiety. Okay, National Fritters Day allows for no frittering away of the time. Make haste and get them while they're hot. Fritters come in a variety of forms. From morsels dipped in flavored batter to bits of dough stuffed or filled with delicious surprises. Oh, fritters sounds so good. John said... Oh, Tony said... Oh.
Got Jackpot out there in first with 5,000 points in this Viking victory game.
National Mutt Day encourages us to embrace, save, and celebrate mixed breed dogs twice a year on July 31st and December 2nd. Desperately longing for a new home, millions of loving and healthy mixed breed dogs in shelters wait for someone to come and adopt them. We have a mutt. We don't call him that though, because I feel like mutt's a rude word. We have a mixed dog. He's mixed. Well, we don't know. We should get a DNA test for him.
I swear he's Pekingese and Wiener Dog.
He's not Wiener Dog.
He's way too long
He's
to be
Pekingese,
just Pekingese.
And Pekingese are the really fluffy small dogs. They're for Chinese royalty. They're like they're royalty. They're princesses. And then he's mixed with Tibetan Spaniel, I think, because he looks like one. And he could be mixed with other stuff.
Like Wiener Dog.
But they found him. I think they found him like on the road or something, and he would not put pressure on his leg. So then they found out his leg was like shattered in 3 places, and they had to put like a screw. They had to put like screws in it and like a metal bar. And he was like he wasn't adopted for a long time. So we adopted him.
Yeah.
And it was meant to be.
I think mutts are also healthier because they have they have the strong genetics from both parents. If you get purebreds, they have a lot of diseases that can affect.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would never. I won't say never. Who knows? I probably would never buy a dog.
Yeah, I mean,
I bought Saul, but like I adopted him, which cost money. But if you actually go buy a pure breed, they're like thousands of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
If you wanted an actual Pekingese puppy, they're like so hard to come by, or like any kind of puppy.
We got Jackpot currently in first with 11,000 points. I don't know how well you did Jackpot in the last game, but that's still a really high score for this round. Scuba Steve's in second with 9,840.
Scuba Steve out there is currently in first for session points. He's going to be hard to beat. He's got 43,000 points.
Yeah.
That is number 1 place right now. Scuba Steve, you could have a chance at $5,000. And I'm so excited to see who makes it to the finals.
Yeah, and if you make it to the finals, you are guaranteed a cash money prize.
And there is a consolation prize as well. So even if, like, by the way, everyone, you can still play in the finals.
Yeah, everyone's welcome to play in the finals, but you have to be one of the you have to be one of the finalists to earn cash prizes, except we have a consolation prize.
Yeah, it's $100. $100 consolation prize, and that can go to any player that's playing that's not a finalist. So 13 prizes total, 10K cash prize pool.
We got Mama Bear in first now with 18,000 points. That is a huge score, and she still has plays left.
Okay, the last national day for today, National Special Education Day. Special needs take a variety of forms and can range from developmental disabilities, learning disabilities, health conditions, or even giftedness. I wanted to be a special ed teacher, and I was going to use my music degree as a tool to like help me in my teaching.
Yeah, it's really a thankless job though. A lot of people don't get the credit they deserve.
I love working with special needs. I could not work with neurotypical kids because they would annoy me.
Yeah.
Like too many kids in a classroom would annoy me. But if I had a classroom with special needs kids, I would never get annoyed. And that's just while I was working at Pilot, I worked for a man who had cerebral palsy, developmental disabilities, learning disabilities, other seizure disorders, and I love that job. And then, I worked that job even as I worked at Pilot. So shout out to all of the special education teachers out there. John sent us something. Do dachshunds? I always am scared of saying that word wrong. It looks like dachshunds, but it's dachshunds.
I thought it was dash hounds, but there's no hounds in there. See,
I used to say that, but it's dachshunds.
Dachshunds.
It's German. Despite their size, wiener dogs are known for their courageous nature and will take on animals much larger than themselves. As family dogs, Wiener dogs are loyal companions and good watchdogs. They're good with children. If treated well, they can be slightly difficult to train. Yeah.
That sounds
you know
like
what?
Saul to me.
That sounds like our dog. Saul, I wish I could show him right now. I don't know if I'm allowed to. But he cannot be trained. I swear to God. I have tried to teach him to sit for like 2 months now, and he looks at me like he's like, you think I'm gonna listen to you? Just give me my treat. Like, he will run away. He's just not food motivated, and it's hard to train a dog that's not food motivated. And he does what he wants. He's stubborn. And I think a lot of small dogs are, so.
We got Mama Bear coming out with a massive 19,600 points. That is an incredible score for only one game.
Yeah. I wonder what Mama Bear got in the other one.
How does it stack up against the current Vikings victory leaderboard? Because we are playing Vikings victory right now.
Ooh, she is... Ooh. She would make 5th place.
So she is. So that would mean
so
she gets 5th place prize.
MDHAAH has 19,465 points. Mama Bear has 19,600 points. So that puts her over the cutoff.
Yeah.
Of course, that doesn't end until Friday at midnight. So could change.
All right, we got 35 seconds left in this session game, so make sure you finish all your plays, get as many points as possible, because we still have one more game left. It's not over yet. You could make a big comeback. You could get 20,000 points in this next game and just absolutely...
Ooh, frog hairs out there. Wonder if they're feeling fine today.
Yeah, we have Mama Bear taken with that win, 19,600 points, first place. An incredible score, actually.
Yeah. All right, we got one game left of this session. You have 2 minutes to enroll in top 10. And then after this game, we will pull up a leaderboard for today's session and see if any of those scores compare to the total session dates. Session points. Remember, tomorrow at 6 p.m., Curtis and I will be here for happy hour and for another session play.
Yep.
And next Tuesday, after happy hour, Nikki and Tony will be here.
With the last session game.
Happy hour, or 6 p.m. And then I think the day after that, we announce the 12 finalists. And again, I believe games will still be happening, so you guys can keep playing on your phones.
Yeah, we are in talks about just keeping games running on the app.
Yeah, I think we should do like some other PCS thing. More money prizes. That would be so much fun.
Who knows?
I mean, it's going to be Christmas time, and the bars are closed till what, December 18th?
Yeah.
So, yeah, and if that gets extended, we'll definitely have games.
I mean, we still have the
Who knows what they'll be for, but we'll have games going.
Still have the great Mega Soda Cash Christmas Cash giveaway to do.
That's the thing. Like, and also, let's just remind everyone. Hold on, let me go pull it up. I'm excited for bingo to get started again at some point.
Yeah. We know you guys miss us, and we miss all you out there.
Yep. And the games.
Yeah, and the games.
I don't think they miss us. I think they miss the games.
Well, we're a part of the games.
We're here every day. What was I going to say? Make sure you guys are still supporting your favorite Minnesota bars and restaurants. Get takeout, get delivery, get pickup, get drive-through orders.
Once a week at least. Get at least order from your bar, you know.
I do. Once a week I get my favorite food from my favorite Mexican restaurant because they're a small business and I don't want them to go out of business. So I'm like, maybe if it's just me ordering every week, that'll help them.
Yeah.
My $20 will help them. But keep supporting your favorite if they're open. A lot of these places aren't open because it's not a sustainable thing for them. But a lot of bars are used to doing delivery and takeout. So keep supporting them. It's better than buying fast food.
Yeah, it is.
So much better. Anyways, we're in our last session game for today. Top 10.
Yeah, we have Sloppy in first place right now.
I wanted to remind you guys, speaking of the great
Mega
Soda
Soda
Christmas cash giveaway, which might get, I mean, should, I don't know.
I don't know what we're doing with that.
I don't know.
We
haven't even talked about it.
Yeah.
But if the bars are closed, obviously, you know. I just want to remind you, though, speaking of $100,000, Jackpot Hunter Mega Jackpot was growing, okay? It passed the $100,000 mark, and the progressive is now a progressive that's growing. So we left off Jackpot Hunter $113,000.
Wow.
Up for grabs, and I think it was in, what, 47 balls or less?
Yeah, it was like 47, 48. I think it hit 48 before we
Oh my god,
ended.
no way.
I think so, because I remember it hitting a ball amount that I know we've hit it on.
Not only that, but the major jackpot is at $19,000. So we left that jackpot at $19,000.
Yeah, and none of those are going to change. We're going to keep them just how they are.
We're waiting for the bars to get back, and that's why I'm excited, because we have like huge jackpots ready to go.
Yeah.
And the minor jackpot is at $1,300.
So I know the last day the bars were open, we were hyping up that mega jackpot.
We did have a jackpot though.
Yeah, we were so ready to give out the mega though.
Yeah, that's gonna happen though, and that's something to look forward to.
All this reminiscing, we're making everyone miss bingo in the
know.
bars.
I miss it.
Hopefully soon. Currently have Sloppy in first place with 10,000 points. Wildcat out there in 6th, Panda in 7th, Callie in 8th, and Wooly out there in 9th. Still got plenty of time to do your plays, over 7 minutes. Tons of time.
All right, we have time. Let's do this week's charity spotlight. The Hayfield Commercial Club. Their mission is to promote business within the community of Hayfield and to encourage community involvement. They hold the following events for the community annually: the citywide garage sale, the Easter coloring contest for school-age children, a costume judging contest for Halloween, and bringing Santa to town. If you are at Spare Time Lanes, you are helping to support the Hayfield Commercial Club. Also, Spare Time Lanes is a very popular bingo location.
Yeah, it is.
So shout out to those guys if that's your bar.
Wow, Sloppy is only halfway done with their plays and with 12,000 points. That is a ton of points early on. We also have game day bingo this Sunday, don't we?
Yeah, so Sunday at noon, the Vikings are playing against the Buccaneers. The Vikings this season are 5-6, and the Buccaneers are 7-5. So if we win that game, we'll be tied for win-loss ratios.
Is it the Buccaneers?
Oh wait, is this?
This says, what I'm looking at, it says Jaguars on the 6th.
Am I looking at the wrong thing?
It says Buccaneers is next week, but
Oh. Yeah,
I don't know.
You're probably right.
Mine's just a quick Google search. Yours was written by John. John's got a lot more football knowledge.
So the Jaguars kickoff will be at noon. So we'll do game day bingo at 11:30 a.m. as per usual. And we'll be playing PCS games this Sunday. John and Ian will be here with their football broadcast.
Yep, football knowledge and
they're both
game analysis.
They're both football coaches, and they know a lot, and they're really funny. And they're kind of crazy. Tony, oh, that's our Tony. Tony. Dr. Morelli says, I miss bingo too. We will be back, though. We will. Back and better than ever.
We have Jackpot currently in first with 18,000 points. That is a ton of points. And still plays left. Jackpot Gen in second with no more plays left. Sloppy in third now. CSI in fourth and Family Guy in fifth. Of course, what you place in this individual game doesn't really matter. What matters is how you did in all 3 games. We'll take a quick look at that after this game to see who is our top players and if anyone take the top 7 places.
Yeah. This is fun.
Yeah.
I like PCS.
Yeah. I'm glad that we still got to do it. Even though everything's kind of crazy outside, we still managed to pull something together.
I can't believe it's December. Like, we're back. We're kind of like how we were in March. This is how it went. January, February, quarantine.
Yeah, and then just more quarantine after.
Yeah, like we just thought it. I just remember like we thought it would be over after 2. I was like, oh, cool. Don't got to go to work for 2 weeks for right now. And then it turned into 51 days.
Yeah.
Of bar closure. This time should be shorter. Fingers crossed. Stay safe out there.
Yeah, everyone worked together in making everyone safe.
Yep. And I can't stress this enough. Support your favorite Minnesota bars in whatever way that you can. You can add them on Facebook as well. I follow so many Minnesota bars on Facebook. They got so many good takeout deals. And make sure you tip. Some people don't know that you can tip on pickup orders and takeout. I always do, and everyone should.
Got Jackpot finishing off with 23,000 points. That is an incredible score in this round.
That is a really high score.
Yeah.
Jackpot Gen.
She Devils in second with 20,000, and still some plays left.
Well, I guess we'll have to see if I think Jackpot was in the top 10 for the last game.
Yeah. It's gonna be. It comes down to whoever had the better score in all 3 games. It might not even be someone we've seen. They could just be in like 11th place every game.
Oh.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, if you
were to get 15,000.
Yeah, but
14,000 every single game.
Yeah.
You would make it to the bottom. No, you need 12. You need over 12,000 points every game to make it to the 7th place. To beat out Tony M, 1982.
Mm-hmm.
Boo, boo,
Yeah, we got Jackpot Gen in first still with Family Guy in 6th, Cheyenne in 7th, CK in 8th, and CSI in 9th. She Devil still with a couple plays left. Might be able to overtake Jackpot. You're going to need some big wins coming out of the next couple plays.
I mean, Tony said he got 9,000, or what's it, Tony? Someone said they got 9,000 points in one spin.
Yeah, it was Tony M.
All right, 1 minute left. Complete your spins, and then we will see who won this round, and then see how this session went. We'll pull up a leaderboard.
This just music it just sounds normal now. I remember when we used to have Cash Chaos playing.
That song would get stuck in my head. I like this.
We're just reminiscing today.
I know.
Of all
we
the
miss
good
bingo,
days.
and I know you guys miss bingo. We miss e-tabs. Life is weird.
Speaking of reminiscing, if you have Spotify did their year in
Oh my
recap
God.
today.
Yeah, Spotify Wrapped. If you guys use Spotify, it tells you your stats on what's the most, what you listen to the most this year. I always find that so interesting.
Mine's just literally like, you've played this one song 387 times this year.
My top songs were mostly Taylor Swift, because Taylor Swift released a new album, and it wasn't pop music, because normally I would not listen to Taylor Swift that much. It was like indie music. So
we have Jackpot winning that one with 23,000, a very impressive score.
Yeah.
Hopefully your other rounds went just as well, so your score is even higher.
okay,
We are going to get into the leaderboard now, take a look at how everyone's games went, and see who our top scorers for this session is.
Okay, it's gonna take a couple seconds.
Yeah, it's gotta
10
add
to
them all
15
up.
seconds. We're missing.
And there we go. We see Mama Bear
Oh my God.
in first place with 48,000.
Ooh.
Jackpot in second with 44,000. Scuba Steve with 42,000. She Devil with 40,000. Boat Racer with 49,000. Destiny with 38,000.
I hate to say it, but all of those scores are the new top 7 session qualifying people.
From
They
top
beat
7
out,
up?
They beat out all of the other 7.
No, because Scuba Steve's.
Oh, no. Sorry. You're right. Sorry.
Yeah, your math did not check out there.
Okay, but we do have a new...
We know for sure right now Mama Bear is in first place.
And we know for sure that Jackpot 108 is in second place.
Yeah.
And we know for sure that Scuba Steve somehow
Scuba Steve's
tied himself.
still on there.
Oh, is this a full list? Top...
No, this is
Oh,
only
yeah, no.
for...
Tony just said this shows the actual top 10. It shows
Oh,
them
wait,
all.
this shows the top 10?
Okay.
Oh,
Okay, take a look, guys. This is your actual top. All of the sessions combined, who is currently... So, let's go. In 7th, currently, is Dolly75. In 6th is Destiny. In 5th is Boat Racer. In 4th is She Devil. In 3rd place is Scuba Steve. In 2nd place is Jackpot 108. And in 1st is Mama Bear. So that is, for right now, your top 7 session qualifiers.
Yeah, we'll make sure to post that on Facebook for you all to see.
Yeah, I'll post that today when I get home. And we have another session.
Yeah.
Hello.
We're back.
We have another session tomorrow and the next day.
No, just tomorrow. We have one tomorrow on Thursday, and then our final session will
Tomorrow's
be on Tuesday.
Wednesday.
Today's Wednesday. Yesterday was
Oh
Tuesday.
my God. It's Wednesday?
Yeah. Okay, so tomorrow
Oh.
we'll have another session after happy hour show. So at 6 p.m. we'll have another 3 session games, and then after that our next one will be on Tuesday, December 8th at 6 p.m. as well. While Amelia checks her calendar.
I've been saying that this whole time.
While Amelia checks her calendar, we're gonna take off. Hope you all had fun today.
Yep, thanks for joining us. Games are going to be running all day till 9 p.m. And we'll see you guys tomorrow for more open play and for another session. And have a great rest of your day.
And remember, when you play pilot games, your community wins.
Bye.